Welcome back to the third part of creating Apple UI animation inside After Effects. This is the last part, so I'm going to give you guys the project file for the original video for free. The link is gonna be in description down below, and let's dive in. First of all, we're gonna start by collecting our assets for the video. The first thing you're gonna look up for is Apple Music Player UI. Just type this in your search, then add Figma to it. You're just gonna edit it. So I'm gonna remove all the elements that I don't need them. I will keep just those. Then we're gonna select them all, hit to export, make sure to select 4x so it's the highest quality possible, then press export. The next thing I'm gonna look up for is this Apple Notes UI. Just type this in your search bar. We're gonna open this project file. It's Figma project. As you see, here is it. So just gonna edit it. Here we're gonna type success, and we're gonna change the color of this element. Then we're gonna select all this frame and we're gonna export it in the same way. And finally, we're gonna look out for iOS Control Center UI. Here I find this project. I'm just gonna open it. Then here, I'm just gonna remove the element that I don't need them, which is the background here. So just disable it here. Then select the frame and export it in the same manner. You're gonna do the same steps for this second frame here. We can change the text or remove the icon so it's easy for us, and then we're gonna export it. Now we have all our assets ready, so let's dive in. Now when we are in After Effects, we're gonna start by dropping our Apple Music UI here. Then we're gonna remove this black color background by adding linear color key effect. Then select the black color here. Then we're gonna select the rectangle tool. Then we're gonna mask out every single element from this UI. Just select the first element, duplicate it, and select the mask and move it. We're gonna do the same for the other elements. When we finish cutting or masking our elements, we need to change this black to white, so just add invert effect to it. Then here we have this line filling up, so we're just gonna select the shape tool and draw a line like this. Increase the stroke a bit and select the rounded here. Then we're gonna change the mask here and move this back down. Then we're gonna add the text. Make sure to have some gaps for those emojis. Then you're gonna align them here. You can add some glow effect to it. I'm using Tip Glow. Then you're gonna duplicate the text and select the first one and add Gaussian blur effect to it and increase its value a bit, and make sure to uncheck this option here. Then bring the first text layer back, then add typewriter effect to it. Now we're just gonna add some keyframes to the typewriter effect to make sure that the text being shown in the screen is matching up with what this guy said in the background. Then we're gonna add fade in effect to those emojis. Now we're gonna add null object layer. Then we're gonna link all those text and emojis with it. Then we're gonna add a position keyframe. Then press Ctrl R from the keyboard to open the ruler and add some guidelines. Then add the first keyframe for the position. Move it. when the line is all being set, just move it a bit higher, so it's in between those guidelines. We're just gonna do the same, so make sure to add as many keyframes as you want so it looks smooth. Then select them all and press F9 to ease them. Or you can copy this graph. You're gonna remove the guidelines, then select all layers, pre-compose them, and go to the first line, then add the mask so it's shown just one line. Increase the feather a bit. We're just gonna increase the space between lines. If you find this animation a bit slower, we're gonna make it a bit faster by adding time ramp in or clicking in the stretch option here and change the value. Then we're gonna animate this line, so just add a trim path effect to it. I'm gonna change the end of this line, so add a keyframe in the middle here, then remove the last keyframe. Then you're gonna duplicate it, come up to the second layer and change the opacity. Then gonna go to content, shape, stroke, and add a keyframe for the color. Then move some frames in the timeline and change the color to yellow. So the color of the line changed by the time. We're gonna move this here. Then you can add some deep glow effect to it to make it look a bit better. Then lastly, we're gonna just animate the other elements. So select them all, but first we're gonna link those lines together, and we're gonna link one of them with those dot time below it. Then add the position keyframe for all layers, move back to the beginning, and slide them out the screen. Let's select them all, and from the Bouncr plugin, make sure to select overshoot and press bounce it. We're just gonna arrange the layers in the timeline so it looks much better. And with that being said, we have finished making the first scene. For the second scene, you're gonna start by importing our Apple Notes UI file here. Then we're gonna add a linear color key effect to remove the black background. Then you're gonna mask out the elements as usual. Just duplicate them and move the mask. Then you're gonna select them all, add position keyframe, then move back to the beginning and move them out of the screen. Then add bounce expression. You're gonna select those 4 elements on the right, and using the motion tool plugin, you're gonna sequence them so it looks like this. Then we're gonna add text as the first scene, and make sure to add this heart emoji too. And add some keyframe to the typewriter effect to match what is being said in the background. Now you're gonna increase the length of this heart animation using the Loopy plugin. Then you're gonna stretch it a bit and link it with the text there. Then you're gonna do the same. You're gonna press Ctrl and R from the keyboard to open the ruler, then add some guidelines, then animate the text moving up. Let's select both layers and pre-compose them, and go to the first line and add a mask. So it shows just the first two lines, then increase the feather a bit. Then we're gonna add those three layers. The first one is this TV overlay. I will put it with the assets in the description down below. Make sure to change the blending mode to multiply, and you can decrease the opacity a bit. Add an adjustment layer. We're gonna add the warp effect and increase the bend value. Then the last adjustment layer will be CC vignette effect. Then we're gonna pre-compose all the assets for the first scene here. Then we're gonna scale them a bit. Make sure to select this raster size option here. Then for the second part of the last scene, we're gonna drop our Apex Control Center image here. Then we're gonna do the same. We're gonna select the rectangle tool and mask it. But first, we're gonna add this adjustment layer which has the Gaussian blur. We're gonna add a keyframe for the blurriness. Then you're gonna mask out each element of this Apple UI. Then select them all, move the anchor points to the top here, then hit P to open the position and S to open the scale, add keyframes, move to the beginning and move them up and change the scale to 0. Then select all the keyframes and add bounce expression. Then we're gonna move the first scale keyframe to the left, and we're gonna add opacity keyframes. Then we're gonna move the position keyframes before the animation a bit. Then we're gonna select this focus element. Then we're gonna add a position and scale keyframes, move 10 frames in the timeline and move it to top center here. Then we're gonna ease the keyframe. Then we're gonna select all the other elements and we're gonna cut them out. Then you're gonna add the last element here, and we're gonna position it like this. Then select the rectangular tool and draw a mask for those three elements. We're gonna animate those three, so add position and opacity keyframes, then copy my frames here. Then you're gonna select them all three and using the motion tool, we're gonna sequence them. We're gonna move them above the Gaussian blur layer. Then we're gonna add fade out effect to the other elements here using the opacity keyframes. Then the last thing, we're gonna use the rectangular tool and draw a shape. It's gonna make sure it has the same size as the other 3 elements. Then we're gonna add a rounded corner, which is the roughen edge, but you're gonna change the option here to cut and increase the border. You can just copy my settings here to add a rounded corners to it. Then we're gonna change the color to black, and we're gonna reduce the opacity to something around 30. We're gonna move it here. Then we're gonna animate the scale for the focus element, so it's stretched a bit. Then we're gonna add the 5 dots effect by animating the opacity. And on the opposite side, we're gonna animate this element to scale from 0 to 100, but just for the width. We're gonna add the bounce acceleration. Then we're gonna move the first keyframe a bit earlier in the timeline. We're just gonna adjust the keyframe so it looks as smooth as possible. Perfect. We're just gonna add text, so just type Plugn. Then we're gonna recreate those 3 dots, so just make them using the shape tool, and we're gonna animate them. But first we're gonna add this lock icon. I found it in flight icon. You're just gonna download it. Then we're gonna import it to the project. Make sure that it has the same size, and we're gonna add a fill effect and make it white. Then select the rectangle tool and mask this top part here, duplicate it and change the mask mode to subtract. Select the top part, and to change the anchor point, press Y in the keyboard, then move this anchor point to the left here. Then add a rotation and position keyframe. Then just animate it to lock in. Then you're gonna duplicate this lock in text and make it locked in. Then we're gonna link it with the first text. Then we're gonna open the position, add keyframe, and move the first text up. Then easy the keyframe. We're just gonna duplicate that shape layer, and you're gonna hide it, or you're gonna select all the layers, and you're gonna track mode them with that shape layer. So all elements, all with the text and the icons, will be shown only through that element. We're just gonna increase the opacity for that shape layer. Then we're gonna add a fill color keyframe for the first shape layer, and you're gonna move to the timeline when the locked in text has been shown. Then we're gonna change the color to white. We're gonna do the same for the 3 dots and for the lock icon, and for the text also. We're gonna change the text color to black. Then we're gonna go to content, ellipse, fill, add the keyframe for the color. Then move 10 or 20 frames in the timeline and change it to black. Then we're gonna animate him slide in the scene, add the bounce expression, and using the motion tool, just gonna sequence them. Then lastly, we're gonna animate the fill from white to black for that lock icon, so just add keyframe here, move to the timeline and change it to black. Then select all layers except the locked in layers and link them to the first shape. Then add 3 scale keyframes and go to the middle one and reduce the scale a bit so it's like a click animation. Then remember to link the mask shape with the original shape. Perfect. Then we're just gonna remove those adjustment layers and not overlay to the top. We're just gonna select all the elements, recompose them, and animate them fading out using the opacity keyframes. Now I've finished creating our scenes for today, so let's preview them. That was the tutorial for today. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you have any question in the description down below. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And with that being said, peace out.